Okay, so I've just pulled up to a favorite place of Rogers and travelers, Panera's, and my buddy Dean, who is also a fellow traveler, just pulled up next to me, and I thought it would be really interesting to interview Dean. Hey Dean, how are you today?
Whoa. I'm doing better than I deserve, right?
Yeah, right. And so Dean has, for the last several years, lived in his tiny little Saturn. And
7.5 years.
So Dean, let me ask you, do you mind answering a couple of questions for my little following here?
Oh, it's going to cost you $1,000 per question.
Right, whatever. So how long have you been living in your Rogue?
It's not a Rogue, it's a Saturn.
All right, yeah, in your Saturn. I'm sorry.
7.5 years. It was 7 years, June the 1st.
Yeah, and how many miles have you put on your Saturn?
Since then, probably 20 per 7. That's, what is that, 140,000?
Something like that, yeah. And it's still going strong, right?
Yep.
And you love sleeping in your Rogue more than anywhere else, or in your Saturn, sorry.
My Saturn sedan, in my mobile domicile.
Yeah. And when I met Dean, we were both hiking, doing some backpacking, and I termed him a car hobo, and so he still lovingly puts up with that nomiker. So, would you mind giving us a little tour of your?
It's junky, but yes.
Okay, so
because I have to have all my stuff with me.
Yeah. So now Dean is the guy that gave me the idea to, of putting in a deck, and so he has removed a seat of his car.
The passenger seat is gone.
Yeah.
Part of the back seat is gone.
So
most of the back seat.
Where you see all that junk right there, front to back, is his sleeping deck.
And show this down here.
See, he's got several pads and a little piece of wood to flatten things out.
Yeah.
And he sleeps pretty much in a couple of sleeping bags.
I can put my feet up underneath the dash. I move all this stuff onto the driver's seat in order to sleep in the bunk.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, if I need to drive, then I need to move it all back.
Right. So he has pretty standard layout here. He's got stuff kind of packed up there. He's hung his crooked hiking sticks, because that's his trail name, is Crooked Sticks. Has recently added this thing on the dash, which I'm not sure you can see, but it's kind of a flat rubberized thing.
And I store stuff underneath it, my maps and whatever. And the black removes the glare off of my glass when I have sun facing me.
I believe it's one of those things that you buy at Lowe's to put under your sink to keep water, or something like that.
No, it's a shelf liner, but I've added the cardboard underneath it. So it has cardboard and then a rubberized shelf liner, and I've tacked it with hot glue spots.
Right. And so that's his kind of like his trunk over there. He's got, and my understanding is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dean, that you pretty much store in your let's get out of the sun here. You pretty much store in your living compartment things that you use all the time. Is that correct?
Yes.
So can you open up your back storage area and show us?
It's chock full.
Yeah. Now
I have to have all my toys.
Toys
are my tools.
Next to the Rogue, he's got a trunk, and so this is the mess in his trunk. And he has like
extra food, my staples. Mm-hmm. Here's my little coffee pot, my 5-cup.
He carries an electric pot.
Here's a whole bunch of. I'm a paracord-aholic. I've got paracord in here, and hiking stuff and steaks, tip steaks.
So what is your current love that you're doing? You were doing this weekend where we were.
Oh, I was at the ALDA, Appalachian Long Distance Hikers Association's board meeting.
Yeah.
I'm not a board member. Vera is now, very new, although she's been in and around the group, but she's an official board member.
But so you do what for this little organization?
Oh, I'm kind of like the unofficial photographer for ALDHA.org.
And-
Appalachian
and-
Long Distance Hikers Association.
And we were staying at a friend's house to get out of the snow a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago before the meeting. And your current thing with involvement with tools involves what kind of projects, sir?
Okay, my current tool is a digging stick. I'm re-hanging it, so I'm making a new handle for this digging tool.
Yeah, so
this is my new.
Dean likes sharp things, and he's always putting.
That's for digging cat holes and
Yeah.
whatever. And also, when I park at night, if I'm in a gravelly area and the gravel area isn't level, then I can dig a little hole behind 2 tires, and then I'll plop down in that hole, and it levels my car.
Awesome. So we really appreciate Dean taking this time with us today, and I'm going to let him get his computer and get inside out of the cold, and then I'm going to talk to you a couple of things. But why don't you tell us, not only can you have a YouTube channel under Crooked Sticks, or is it what?
No, it's That Grampy Guy. Not Grumpy Guy, That Grampy Guy.
Grampy, as in
that's
like.
what my grandkids call me, Grampy. Yeah. So I'm That Grampy Guy.
And so if you want to find out about how to do all kinds of little projects and fun things like that, or follow him with his photography, you can. You have ample information on this video to Google him and find out him. But thanks a lot, Dean, for showing us your rolling domicile, your mobile domicile, you little car hobo, you. Thanks a lot. Dean has been a good friend for many years, and he's kind of been my inspiration as I've gone on this journey of mine. But what Dean has done with with his car just shows you what you can do with just about anything that you decide that you want to live in. But more than that, the fact that
travel the country on the cheap.
Yeah, and he has been how many times around the country, Dean?
Oh,
back and forth to Alaska.
I've been up from eastern seaboard down to Hawaii. Florida, and then all the way up to Alaska twice.
Yeah. So and he's
going the 3rd time.
Yeah, he's getting ready to go again. So, but what I wanted to make note of is that Dean has managed to really create a life for himself in his car. He's just not traveling around doing nothing. He has, equipment to do things that he loves in his car, and has maintained a curiosity and a love for meeting people, and knows people all over the United States. And so it just proves that, although we tend to, roll in by ourselves sometimes, you can actually become quite productive and useful, and retain everything that you had in your static life and living situation in your car. So just hit me with any questions, and I'll be able to pass those on to Dean. And we're going into Panera and get some Wi-Fi. All right, thanks all, and look forward to giving you a tour of my car soon. It's still kind of a mess. All right. And this is the Rogue. So, all right, talk to you later. Bye.